What is up, YouTube? It is Docky, and I am back at it again with another Forspoken video for you all today. And in this video, we're just going to be breaking out some of the things that we can all expect to see when it comes to launch day for Forspoken. Now, Forspoken is literally only a few hours away from coming out, so we're going to be getting a lot of new information, reviews, and so much more coming out very soon. But in this video, I thought we should break down at least some of the stuff that you should expect if you're planning on picking up this game. So, like I always say, without wasting any more of y'all's time, let's hop straight into this video and straight into breaking down Forspoken. So the first thing that I definitely expect to see, and I know all of y'all are definitely going to be seeing when Forspoken comes out, is a whole lot of salty and elitist type of players that are mad that they did not get review copies of this game, even though they had been bashing it for months. So prepare for a whole lot of salt and a whole lot of hate right off the rip. Like, legit, you should see some of the biggest content creators whining about it on Twitter. It is actually kind of funny. But all this to say, if you enjoy this game, have fun. If you don't like the game, that's fun. Not every game is meant for every type of players, but don't let bigger deal content creators tell you what to buy and what to spend your money on. Content creators don't have the right to tell people how to use their money, especially the ones who put "don't buy this game" in the title of their videos. But when a game company or studio lays off hundreds of thousands of employees, those same content creators are going to be the ones that put out videos bashing that studio for firing people. But it's like, you just put out a video saying to all of your millions of fans, don't buy the game. I mean, hey, maybe that's what did it, but who knows? In my opinion, a content creator's job, when it comes to reviewing games at least, especially ones that aren't even out, is to go in with an unbiased mindset. You know, similar to the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, a lot of people love judging things before they even get their hands on it, or before they've even seen a bit of gameplay. And it's always okay to go into something with a bit of skepticism, or even excitement or optimism. But if you're going in ready to hate on it, and have titles like "don't buy this game," your mind is already made up, and you aren't going in with an unbiased opinion. And you're inadvertently making up the mind of your viewers as well before they even watch your video. And ultimately, that builds sheep mentality and a bunch of dumbass people who don't know what they're talking about when it comes to the games or its features because they've never touched it. That's why when it comes to me, if you haven't touched the game or played the game, I typically don't listen to your criticism on it. So all this to say, I don't care if you like the game or hate the game, I'm just giving you the details of the game in an unbiased opinion. Come tomorrow, I'll be streaming the game and we'll properly see how everything plays out in real time. Until then, let's actually get into what to expect with Forspoken. First, let's start with the game's story mode. The story of Forspoken is about a young New Yorker named Frey who is transported into the world of Athia with a magical cuff attached to her wrist and the ability to use magic and cast spells. The story will ultimately take you around the world of Athia as you traverse an open world, defeat enemies and wildlife corrupted by the mysterious break which you, your main character, seems to be immune to, while also trying to protect the last stronghold from the evil Tantas, powerful sorceress who rule with the Iron Fist essentially. Your main goal is to ultimately help save Sepal from the Tantas, find out how you arrived at Athia, and ultimately find out how to get back home. It's a pretty straightforward plot, but I do expect that there will be some twists and turns in here, and with the type of art style that we've been seeing from Forspoken, I personally can't just wait to explore the open world. The character design, the boss designs, the world design, all looks pretty unique, and I cannot wait to finally play this game. Now, speaking of playing the game, let's move over to combat. Now, throughout Forspoken, you gain access to multiple types of magic that grants you multiple types of spell, both defensive and offensive. Each type of magic is heavily influenced on certain type of elemental abilities. Red magic is for fire, purple magic is for earth, blue magic is for water, and green magic is for wind. Though sometimes you do see a bit of lightning thrown in there in the gameplay. Each have powerful ultimate style surge magic abilities with so many unlockable and upgradable spells for each type of magic. And as you unlock different magic types, you can also mix and match abilities as you choose, making for some flashy gameplay and powerful attacks, and those are perfect for setting up those killer blow attacks. Now, when I got to play the demo, that was one of the few things that I enjoyed the most. Now again, as I mentioned in my impressions video, it was something that you definitely had to get used to when it came to the controller layout, but once you got the hang of it, it was super fun. But the second thing that I enjoyed most in that demo that we're about to get into right now is the traversal. Now, like your spells, you have multiple options when it comes to traversal in Forspoken, like the shimmy, the dive, the float, the glide that's used for traversing water, the zip, which is essentially a magic grapple that's used for both traversal and attacks. You have your soar ability, you have phantom footholds that you can use with your scale abilities, and so much more. Now, as I mentioned in the combat section with your spells, as you unlock new traversal mechanics, mixing them together can definitely make traversing the world of Athia that much more fun, and is also another useful tool in combat situations as well. And very similar to the combat system in the demo, traversal is something that you definitely want to get the hang of very fast. Once you do, it does make moving across the world a whole lot of fun though. But that's just my personal opinion. Next, let's talk about crafting and upgrading, because again, with an open world game, you know there has to be crafting and upgrading. So while exploring the world, opening chests, completing quests, or killing enemies, resources are literally everywhere in this game and can easily be earned. Throughout the game, you will find refugee camps that you can fast travel to so that you can rest up, meet some of your familiars, but also craft and upgrade items to enhance your magic types, defense, stamina, and more. And along with collecting resources, you can also collect mana in the game as well. It's another way to help when it comes to upgrading your magical abilities, making Frey that much more stronger, and just like regular resources in the game, it's super easy to earn. You can earn mana from leveling up or from finding mana pools out in the open world. And that's just a few ways to bring your game to the next level in Forspoken. So we've touched on story, combat, traversal, and upgrading in the game. What else is there to do in Forspoken? Well, that is all of the side content and in-game as well. Now, when it comes to side content in Forspoken, there's a lot to get into, like too much to even list off, but some of the things that you can do are pick up detours from citizens in Sepal. You can, of course, explore the open world. You can discover break beast boss fights. You can unlock chests. You can catch familiars. There's different ranking-based mini-games in here, and so much more. This game's campaign is rumored, according to the game's co-director, to be around 30 to 40 hours, but with the additional side quests and activities, collectibles, bosses, photo modes, and more, you may have many more hours of time to put into Forspoken. But moving on to the last bit of information when it comes to Forspoken, after you've had all of your fun completing the entire game, luckily it seems like there's still more to come with Forspoken. The game actually has its first DLC planned for summer 2023. Now, there aren't too many details known about it so far, but what we do know is that it'll be a prequel DLC, and it'll be called In Tanta We Trust. Now, this will be pretty interesting to see how it plays out, as it's a prequel to Forspoken, meaning will we even be playing with Frey, or will it be a new character altogether? Only time will tell, of course, but I always like to know that games have more to come with this initial release, so I'm definitely looking forward to it at least. So that's all I'm going to get into for this video, because again, like I said, I have a whole lot more planned, but that's what you should be expecting from Forspoken's launch. I'll have a proper breakdown and guides on the channel again when the game drops. Also, I will be streaming on launch day to get proper impressions of the final release of the game in real time. So definitely stop by the stream here on YouTube to get a genuine impression and reaction towards the game and the gameplay. Other than that though, guys, let me know how you feel about Forspoken. Are you going to be playing it on launch day? Are you going to wait to see some of the reviews? Are you on the fences? Do you hate the game? Do you like the game? I'm curious. Everything I've experienced from the game, I've personally liked. So I'm curious to see what you all think. Other than that though, like I always say, thank you all for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you liked the video. If you didn't, still leave a like because nobody's going to see that dislike. And if you haven't followed me on my social media accounts, links are in the video description, along with the link to my Discord where we have guides, builds, LFGs for games that I cover on the channel and some games that I don't. So definitely check that out and join it if you haven't. With that though, I am out of here, guys. Again, thanks for watching and thanks for the love. Thanks for the subs. Peace.